Hi everyone, this is Serena from Sun Moon Tarot 222. I'm coming on to do a quick energy update for divine partnerships, soul connections, soulmates, twin flames, whatever vernacular you use. The point of this reading is to give you an energy update for the person that you're listening for, the person that you feel you have a very strong soul connection with. And the label doesn't matter to me. And so if just the messages resonate for you, then you can take the messages. A general rule is if they don't resonate, then you don't have to take it. You may, this will be a reading where I will be reading different scenarios and channeling perhaps different messages for different groups of people, and so whatever resonates with you, take. Whatever doesn't resonate, don't take it. Also, the roles can be reversed. So if it's the masculine that is feeling something that you are resonating with yourself, or vice versa, if you're if you're a masculine and you're resonating with the energy of the feminine, then that can work as well. So let's get right in. So I'm just going to pull overall energy for the connection. So this is energy that you and your counterpart are sharing at this moment in time. So Spirit, what is shared energy between the listener and for whom they are listening? Oh, right away we have abundance. Can we see that? The light? There we go. So in this connection, both of you are feeling that this connection, although it may be difficult, it has been difficult in the past, you're not focused so much on the difficulty. You might be feeling that, of course, we always feel to a certain extent that this connection is difficult, whatever it may be. We know that exists. We know that but we know that that's just a part of the journey. But the focus isn't necessarily on the difficulty at the moment, which is fantastic. It's focused on the abundance. So the energy currently between both of you is focusing on what you have gained from this connection, and not gained like monetarily, like I don't have to explain that to you, but just what are you walking away with at this point? I don't want you to feel like you have to walk away at this point or that you should be, but for whatever reason, you're probably watching this video because you're going through a tough time. You're not sure what the energy is. Perhaps you're in separation. So aside from all of the challenges that you have gone through, you are both recognizing that this is also a very abundant connection. Perhaps you are really not only thinking about it, but you're really feeling that you've learned something, that you've gained some knowledge, you've gained some wisdom, you've mastered a lesson or two just in being involved in this connection and on this journey. Like maybe you're thinking back to when you first started this journey and you're saying, wow, I've really come a long way. I'm not getting triggered by this and that anymore. And I just feel overall more free, and I have more facility. I have more choice in my life. I'm starting to pick. I'm starting to choose my relationships, and whatever the lesson may be. Okay, so I'm going to pull one universal love card for just the masculine. So what's the masculine's energy? So this isn't shared. This is just what the masculine is feeling at this point, or their energy for the connection. So we have message from afar. So what I'm getting is that you're definitely for a lot of you watching, are in separation. And there's these times, especially if we haven't really harnessed or tapped into all of our, psychic gifts, and, we don't have all of the clairs, we don't hear things, we don't see things. Sometimes it can be difficult to trust that the messages that we're sending are getting to our partner. So what I'm getting from this card is that the masculine is really kind of feeling like he has some faith in this process, and that he knows that if he is thinking about you, or if he's feeling you, he's confident that that will somehow get to you. And maybe not in his thinking brain, like maybe he's not conscious of this, but at the end of the day, I really do feel like he's just feeling connected to the feminine somehow. And I'm just saying he because it's easier, but the sex could be reversed too. But, the masculine is just basically feeling that, just connected. And that, maybe also for a group of you, you could be getting a message, although it's a message from afar. So perhaps it's just the masculine wanting to send a message, maybe writing it but not sending it, maybe thinking about writing it and they're thinking about sending it. Still, it's not a super direct, like 8 of Wands, communication energy. This is like more like, I trust that the divine and spirit will get the message to my feminine. That's beautiful. So what's one card for the feminine? We have golden memories. Oh, these are like very similar looking. So you both are really thinking about each other. You could really be, they're both like warm, bright, like fiery colors. This is definitely indicating that something is really happening kind of in the 5D as opposed to in the 3D, or this golden memories, like the masculine is very much present in the feminine's like awareness right now, in her thoughts and her desires. Like I see like the fiery, reds and yellows and oranges as like desire, and the feminine could be really thinking a lot about the masculine at this time, and it's almost like you're exchanging these two energies, like messages are being sent back and forth. The feminine has golden memories, so just in the feminine thinking about the masculine and the times that you've shared and the beautiful moments that you've had, that in a way is sending an energetic healing message to the masculine, and the masculine could be sending that message back. So if you're not in communication, but you are really thinking about your counterpart, you could be kind of sending this energy back and forth together, or back and forth to one another, because of the bond, the spiritual bond that you share. That's lovely. Let's keep these out. I'm going to use the Rider-Waite for the feminine, the masculine, sorry. So check in with the energy of the masculine. So this is going to be, and then I'm going to use the As Above deck in the Book of Shadows Tarot for the feminine energy. So again, this is going to be one card for what the masculine is feeling, what he's thinking, his challenge at the moment, what's happening in his physical world, what's going on a spiritual level, like the soul level, something that the masculine wants to tell you, and then something that the masculine needs from you at this time. And then the bottom of the deck will be the root or the core of the issue. I'm sorry if my shuffling is too loud on this table. I tried to put a pillowcase to muffle it a little bit. It's like a metal table though. Okay. Spirit One, the most important messages for the listener for this energy update for the masculine. Just shuffle a couple times this way. I already shuffled these cards, but I just feel like I just need to shuffle them just a couple times more. Okay. Okay, for feeling, we have the Queen of Swords. Thinking, we have the masculine is thinking, we have the Four of Pentacles. What's happening? What are they challenged with at this time? Ten of Wands. What's happening in their physical space? We have the Queen of Cups. What's happening at the soul level for the connection? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Everything is in the upright so far. Something that the masculine wants to tell you. Oh, wow. Page of Cups. And what he needs from you. Okay, beautiful. So, the masculine is, there may have been words recently. There may have been truth that has come out either on your side or the masculine's side. One of you spoke the truth. And I'm just going to say this really quickly. I don't want to dwell on this point. The Queen of Swords has a bad rap sometimes, like depends on the reader or the interpreter or the energy, right? I'm not getting a bad vibe from this Queen of Swords for what the masculine is feeling for in their heart space. At the moment, though, I do feel that there's something that they're needing to kind of put aside in their heart space at the moment and think more logically about. They really do know the truth, only it's not the time to be like sitting in that energy at the moment. They don't want to treat you coldly, or they want to be delicate and compassionate and caring about the truth of the matter and about whatever the problem or the situation is at hand with the connection. So however that fits with you. But I just saw 1313 on the clock. But whatever it is, they're not able to just completely kind of give in to their feelings at the moment. It's not cups here, it's swords, and it's Queen of Swords. They may also see you as somebody who delivered the truth in a very confident and yet compassionate and convicted way. And that is really what the energy is in the heart space. It's just kind of like facing the truth of the matter. So in what they're thinking right now, we have the Four of Pentacles. So whenever I get the Four of Pentacles as an energy for someone, it's really a clear message to me that they're not wanting to give anything away at the moment. They don't have anything to share. And these two are actually really going together well. And I'm not saying that the masculine doesn't care about you, doesn't love you. That's a given. Only it's at the moment in the physical reality, because these are pentacles too. So that could be for their physical reality, that they don't want to kind of reveal anything about what is happening in their life. And we have Queen of Cups in their physical energy, like what's happening in their physical world. So we'll get there. But I really don't see how, like they're holding this connection very close to their heart right now, very close to the vest. And they're just in that space of like facing the truth at the moment about the connection, which is probably in an energy of not being able to completely come together at the moment. Other cards would come out if that energy was there, right? So that's kind of what is in the heart space and in the head space right now. So what are they challenged with? So we have the 10 of Wands. 10s are for completion. They're definitely working on something. They are definitely preoccupied with, I'm sensing, like really what I'm getting is like their day-to-day home life, their, and it's of their own doing. Like nobody is doing this to the masculine. The masculine takes on a lot of different responsibilities and holds on to these kind of heavy, burdensome, kind of arduous things that he has in his life for whatever reason. Like, and the reason why the masculine is even in this journey anyway is to learn how to kind of unload some of those things and realize that he doesn't have to do this all by himself. And he's getting to the point where he is realizing that because it's a 10 of Wands. But, you know, I really do get that this is like a work situation, or this is, he's holding on to things that are preventing him from being free in whatever sense that makes sense for your masculine. We, and, you know, as a very masculine feminine, my masculine part of me really has been struggling with work and what work means now, now that I've been going through this whole spiritual ascension process. Like, 10 of Wands is like all of this responsibility and all of this work that we put on ourselves is our value. It's our worth. It's what we do in order to prove ourselves worthy and valuable and of value in this world. So what are we if we're not working? What are we if we put these burdens down? And that's the question that I think the masculine has to really start asking themselves. But are they going to ask themselves that? Are they going to put down the burden? Are they going to choose themselves, choose their happiness, decide to like free themselves a little bit? So in their physical space, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so for this group of masculines, they could be really putting on like this, you know, it's summertime, like they could really be putting on this like front. I don't think that the Queen of Cups, I don't think she fronts. The Queen of Cups is honest. The Queen of Cups is true. But in their physical reality, they're being really challenged right now to show up in a very loving, caring way. No wonder they feel burdened. It looks like they're overworked, and they're also being required to be like the caretaker is really what I'm getting. And they're having a hard time like reconciling this and balancing this. Like, I really feel that the masculine at the end of the day wants to just go home and go to sleep. Wants to go home and just relax, do something that is like, you know, self, like care a little bit, but they're having to go home and like put on another face of like perhaps the the father, the caretaker, the person, maybe they have to put on this face um, in front of their family, but not just their kids and their who knows, but whatever family that means for your masculine. But there's like an energy of a little bit of like sadness too, is what I'm getting. Like they don't want to have to give this energy to, or like show up in this Queen of Cups way in like relationships that they're not totally and 100% not the invested is not the right word, but that they're not 100% feeling like their heart's not in it, but they're being forced to show up in this way. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles for what's happening in their spiritual space. So like at the soul level. So for this connection, honestly, it's like the Knight of Pentacles is just a very sure energy. Whatever your masculine is putting out there to you. And, also this Queen of Cups, this is about your connection as well. Like they could be really purging. I look at this water as, you could be dealing with the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but we really have every suit here. But they could really be sad. I actually really am getting a sense of sadness from that. At the end of the day, they know deep down inside that this is all about divine timing. This is all about taking one step at a time. They're not moving quickly in this connection, absolutely not. But they're coming, and they want to say sorry about that. So we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Page of Cups. So this is for what they want to, Page of Cups is for what they want to tell you. They might be wanting to, really express that they are sorry and that they know you're waiting, and not waiting in a negative way. Because honestly, if you're in separation, there's always going to be a part of you in this connection, even if it's like just a little bit, maybe not always, okay? Not always. I want to say not always. There's some of you that might not be waiting at all. But for those who are watching this video, there's a part of you that's invested, and they know that. And they feel bad that they can't come towards you. They feel bad that they can't move towards you in the way that they want to right now. They're like apologizing. They're like, I know I'm taking a long time. I know I'm like, it looks like I'm just dealing with a bunch of other bullshit right now. And I know that you're waiting, and I'm so sorry that I can't just drop everything. I can't drop all of these things yet, right? I can't drop all of these, responsibilities and burdens yet. But what they need from you, they don't want you to forget them. They know they're taking a long time, and like, listen, feminines, if you are needing to move on in the sense of like just doing things that make you happy, that don't include your masculine, you can do that. Go and date somebody else. I can happily say that I am dating right now, and I think that he's a soulmate, and I'm very happy about it. But of course, I miss my masculine. Of course, I don't ever forget him. But I'm doing what's making me happy right now, which is having fun. And I'm just using myself as an example because it took me a long time to get to this point. And it took me a long time to get to this point where I could realize, like, this connection is a past life connection. We have a soul contract. It's not going anywhere. I'm confident in that. And of course, I get in my feels sometimes, but I'm still going to go and do what I need to do to be happy. I'm not saying go out and date and like sleep around and like, do whatever you want. Date if you want, sleep around if you want. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying. Just do what makes you happy. Whatever that is that makes you happy, just go out and do it. And you won't forget your masculine. It's really not completely, it's just not possible if that's your, whatever, if that's, a divine partner. And if you don't know if it's a divine partner right now, that's okay too. Maybe you're confused, Reach out for a reading if you want to know your energies. I can't tell you if that's your twin flame or your divine, like whatever, but I can just read the energy. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's just what you believe. So what is in the feminine? Feminine's energy. Okay. So for heart space, we have 7 of cups, but it's called chalices, 7 of chalices. Headspace, we have the Knave of Wands, which is like the Page of Wands, but in the reverse, we have the 3 of Wands for their challenge. We have the Judgment card in their spiritual reality. The Hierophant is what you want to tell. Physical space is Judgment. The Hierophant, spiritual soul level. What are you experiencing? Spiritual soul level. What do you want to tell your masculine? And then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse, and then the King of Wands in reverse for what you need, what the feminine needs from the masculine. So we have a ton of reverse cards here. And this is so interesting because when the 2 cards are faced like this, it's like almost like a mirror. So if I just fold them up, they'll be mirroring each other. So that's really interesting. I'm getting that some of these cards will be in reverse, and then some of these cards will in fact be in the upright. I'm just not sure yet. Okay, so we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. So see how this woman is like really dreaming about all of the different options. What I'm getting with this card in the reverse is that you're feeling in your heart space that perhaps you're not seeing your masculine as an option at the moment. I'm just going to come out and say that. You're not looking at, you're kind of like, you're taking so damn long, right? That I can't really count on this connection anymore. Like I really have to go out and get what I need and what is going to make me happy. And that's not only in the form of a relationship, but all of the things that this energy, this female energy wants to do. She's thinking like, who do I want to be? But it's a little bit like the 7 of Cups is a stuck energy. So in the reverse, for how the feminine is feeling about her masculine, it's like you could be either coming out of this energy of like dreaming about what could happen, what I'm getting actually very clearly at this moment is that the feminine is like, I can't go there anymore. Go there meaning I can't get into I can't get into my feelings about dreaming about my masculine and all of those different options. I don't have energy and I don't have time to waste to be kind of like engaging in that process. Like it takes a lot of your time and energy to be thinking about another person and to really be missing them and to really be like worried about what they're doing all the time. So I see that the feminine is really feeling like, not anymore. I'm not going to be in this dream state anymore. I'm going to like snap out of it. So that's really beautiful. And you should snap out of it because ain't nobody got time for that. Then we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Page of Wands in reverse in your headspace. So this card is interesting. We have this feminine energy here. She has these like lizards crawling all over her, and she's kind of letting this happen. What's happening, like she's like letting it happen. She doesn't really have much control because she's a page, she's a knave, and this came out in reverse. What I'm really feeling here is that you are taking control, or the feminine is taking control right now. The feminine is really like, this is not so much about like you're taking your control, but you're taking your life back. Like this is not so much about what can I learn from this process? What can I do like to learn about myself and improve myself, and which is a great energy to be in, and that's what we need to be doing a lot of the time in this journey, like constantly being open. But for some reason at this point, you're not so open to letting your masculine walk all over you. You're not so open to like the lessons at this moment. Like I honestly feel like you are turning some attention to yourself, but in a way that's like a really forward moving way. So then we have, I hope that makes sense. So then we have the challenge of the Three of Wands, but that's in reverse. So what I'm getting here is that it's not an easy choice to just move forward. It's not so easy to just trust at this moment, but there's like this is just kind of picking up back with the Knave of Wands here. You're just tired of waiting. You're not wanting to wait. You don't want to wait and manifest and plan. You want to move forward. It's like there's this not only a mirror energy, but it's like a cause and effect energy. Like if your masculine is carrying all these burdens, you're feeling like the effect of that and being like, well, go ahead and carry the burdens. I'm not going to wait anymore. So for the physical space, you have Judgment, which is also in reverse. And this could really be about, it's the same energy, like going through this whole thing is like, there's an impatience. There's like and just think about like reverse cards though. When they're in reverse, it's just like what you're feeling in this split second. It could be flipped around. It could be turned around easily, I feel. Easier than if it was just a completely different card or energy altogether. This Judgment, this woman is kind of waiting and receiving her messages and gifts from the divine. But it's like you're like, I received a lot of those gifts already. I'm just gonna move forward. Like I don't have to really think about this so much. I know that my masculine loves me. He's the Queen of Cups. Like especially in your physical reality, you're making moves. Maybe you're moving a little bit too hastily and like impatiently through life at the moment. That's what I'm seeing is like you're not wanting to sit around and dream. You're not wanting to like, let these lessons happen to you. You're not wanting to wait around and plan. You're not wanting to wait around and receive. Like you're like, I gotta just move forward. I'm gonna get mine. In your spiritual reality, we have the Hierophant. Interesting. Yes. So you're like, I know what I have to do. I feel like you've learned so much at this point. Like, you're like, I'm tired of learning. I know what's going on. I am my own spiritual teacher. And if I need an answer, I know exactly where to go to get it. And it's not even about like, this, student-teacher dynamic anymore with spirit. It's like you have become the teacher. And that's beautiful. What you want to tell the masculine, so we have the Ace of Chalices, also in the reverse, is that you, that putting yourself first, although this is the priority right now, it's difficult. And while this could be, I really do see the Ace of Cups or the Ace of Chalices as the self-love card. But there's something about in this very moment you not wanting to really sit and wait and feel things right now. You're just very much wanting to move forward. So we have the King of Wands also in the reverse for you, feminine. And I read most of these in the reverse. I really do feel like these are this was like a continuous story. So what do you need from the masculine? This is really interesting. We have the King of Wands in reverse. You're like, I know that you can make this happen. And whatever you're going to do, masculine, you're just going to do it. I know that you can manifest. I know that you can make all of this happen, but I'm not focused on that at the moment. Wow, I'm getting just a really it's not even harsh. Honestly, it's not harsh. It's just, really, you just mean business, feminine. Like, you just mean business right now, and you're not going to wait around. So I'm going to pull some romance angel cards, and then I'm going to pull some angels and ancestors messages, oracle card messages. So what are the most important messages for the listener? So anybody listening, masculine or feminine at this time. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual paths. Okay, so you're on two different paths right now. There's something, children. Your life is being affected by children. Okay, yeah. So these could be the burdens that this Ten of Wands energy that the masculine is carrying at the moment. Two flew out. We have release your ex and love yourself first. Okay. For whoever is watching and when you see the romance angel card, you get excited that there might be a message like, engagement might come out, or wedding, or honeymoon or something. We always want those, but these are super valuable too, okay? So clearly there are some real life, factors. Take it however you resonate. It could be your masculine that has children. It could be your children. It could be that you're from two different backgrounds, and not just religious, but just two different cultural backgrounds, two different belief systems that coming together just doesn't make sense at the moment, right? We have release your ex. So one or both of you is just dealing with somebody else in your energy right now. And what happens if there's somebody else in the energy? It doesn't make sense for you two to come together. It makes it impossible. One of you are going to get crumbs from the other. So don't even waste your time. Just move on and love yourself first. So that's pretty clear. Most important messages from the angels and ancestors. Spirit. We have hold the space. Love that. So this is for anybody watching. Hold the space. And direction guardian. Choose your path. Okay, I feel like this druid message, hold the space, is for the feminine. I really do. And I think that whatever energy the feminine is in right now, just like not wanting to wait, not wanting to really sit with the energy that's happening right now between you and your counterpart, or just, not like wanting to really go inside and get like internal about what's happening in the moment. This is a message from Spirit that's saying, still do your best to hold the space. Don't, this doesn't mean that you have to learn anything quickly or take any type of action or hurry up and feel better, or hurry up and not, feel the way that you feel, but just hold space for it. Whatever energy that you are feeling, just hold space for it. I'm going to read the message from the book because I know that it's going to be great. Love it. Yeah, I really do feel like this could be for the masculine too, but hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. Exactly. So whatever you're going through, even if it's that hasty energy, it's exactly where you're supposed to be. So when the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. Beautiful. Then we have choose your path. I feel like this message is for the masculine. So the Druid is for the feminine and Direction Guardian for the masculine. But these are both amazing messages. But just based on the reading, take either one of these messages, but based on the reading, that's what really is appropriate thematically. Direction Guardian, connect with your deepest desires, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. Yeah, so I think both groups could do that. Is really tap into what you're desiring at the moment. Your path isn't set in stone, and your angels and guides have no expectations for you, nor should you have any for yourself. There are many directions you can take. None of them are wrong, as they all hold perfect opportunities to grow and to learn. But life is to be enjoyed and savored, so if you know that there's a decision to be made, and particularly if you are feeling indecisive, choose the path you know is going to make you light up, and choose with your heart. That is beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this reading. please reach out with any questions, or if you would like a private reading. All the directions will be in the description. Thank you so much for listening. Like, subscribe, and share, so I know that what I'm doing is reaching people. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.